Do you know what a chupacabra is? It's a mysterious creature, a figure of cultural myth that is said to live somewhere in North America. The creature is sometimes described as an alien that eats pets and likes to drink the blood of goats and other animals. Perhaps it is not mythical at all, and people are accustomed to describing a real creature. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications to receive our new videos. Recently, a camera in a North American forest at night captured the terrifying sight of a mysterious creature taking a rest and catching its breath. It appears to be alien-like. The video was filmed deep in a remote forest in Latin America during the night. A group of people searching for something unusual stumbled upon this scary monster engaged in some activity. Despite their calm demeanor, they accidentally stepped on a tree branch, and what happened next remains unknown. This video was filmed in Indonesia, on the other side of the planet. The suspect is the chupacabra. Once again, people heard a creature attacking their animals. The monster attacked a goat and attempted to bite it. This resembles the legends of the chupacabra. Luckily, they managed to chase the attacker away and pushed it into the water, trying to hit it with sticks. But they were unsuccessful. It seems that it managed to escape. This monster doesn't quite look like the chupacabra, but who knows, maybe it's an Indonesian subspecies of this mysterious creature. When something unusual happens in the woods or on your rural property, it's one thing. But when terrifying events occur in your own house, it's a whole different story. In this video, the owner heard someone climbing the stairs to the second floor from his room. Despite being alone and not expecting any guests, he bravely checked the corridor and the stairs, finding everything calm. Suddenly, he heard a strange stomping sound, which was unsettling even to the viewer. The man closed the door and decided to check the other rooms, including the chaotic bathroom, as if someone or something had caused a mess and vanished like an evil spirit. There seems to be no logical explanation for this eerie occurrence. Not all ghosts are loud and clear. While some spirits may make their presence known to anyone, there are more secretive occurrences. It's quite mysterious how cats seem to sense and see things that are invisible to us. You might doubt this, but after watching the following video, you'll likely be swayed. The owner of a certain house went on vacation and left his cats with a surveillance camera. Something didn't seem right. Just look at how the cat is sitting, or rather, standing. Is this normal behavior? Evidently, she's afraid, and it soon becomes clear why. Keep your eyes on the corridor. Do you see a shadow flickering? Even a motion-activated camera captured it. Soon, the second cat noticed it and went to join the first one. It might seem like a burglar is in the house, but wait. The door behind the second cat suddenly closes on its own. You can see that no one closed it, and there's no wind. Isn't this video scary? It's as if there's a ghost in the house. The first cat was reacting to something, and it was his shadow that was cast on the wall. He was the one who closed the door, and according to the homeowner, he found books and scraps of cat hair scattered around, even though his pets never fought. What if the ghost was trying to harm the cat so as not to leave any witnesses? Once again, there is a camera in the house, but this time, the owner is present. He is sleeping in his bedroom and tossing and turning is all normal, but he can't sleep. Why is it said that this happens when someone stares at you? Maybe someone is psychologically affecting the person now. It seems that this is the case when the light comes on. A silhouette of someone appeared in the window. It looks as if someone was looking at the man. He can be seen extending his hand. It is part of his head. This all happened again when he turned the lights off and on. This is the reason. Behind people's unwillingness to live in basements or in a private house you will never sleep again. But what or who was it? A ghost, a real living person, or a serial killer stalking another victim? Whatever the answer, will be uncomfortable. You may consider spending the night at your school, where you'll experience the corridors, classrooms, and halls in an entirely unfamiliar way amidst darkness and silence. However, things take an unusual turn when supernatural and frightening occurrences start happening. Despite everything being fine at first, a noise is heard, and objects begin moving on their own. With a bag flying from the lockers into the trash, a poster flying onto the wall, and a chair moving by itself. Do you still want to spend the night at your school? Strange occurrences can happen not only at night, but also during the day in public places when dark forces are involved. In a typical Chinese supermarket, a woman is seen walking next to a section when something falls. She picks it up, but suddenly starts shaking and behaving inappropriately. It seems like she may be having an epileptic seizure, but her behavior appears as if she is possessed. She screams violently, tries to escape, and seems to be jabbing as if controlled by a devil. After a while, she calms down, but then screams again, as if a wave of force is hitting the goods and price tags. This behavior repeats, making it seem like she is enchanted. It's as if a devil is taking control, and the whole scene is quite strange. This creature was discovered in the countryside of a Middle Eastern country and was killed by the people of the region, as you can see in the picture. According to one witness, it was unlike anything he had ever seen before. He described it as being approximately 1 meter and 70 centimeters long, about the size of a human, and emitting a terrifying scream. There was also a woman and a child accompanying the creature, both of whom resembled it. They were found attacking a herd of camels. The witness to this incident believes that there is a high probability that they are part of a family or even a larger group such as a tribe or clan. This video appears harmless at first, showing a normal, peaceful neighborhood in Canada. However, the sound in the video is quite unsettling. The photographer describes waking up to this terrifying and piercing roar, which no one in the neighborhood could identify. The sound is similar to scraping metal, cars speeding on a racetrack, and elephants banging their trunks. Witnesses claim that the noise was so loud that it shook all the windows in the neighborhood. The origin of the sound remains unexplained, leading to various speculations, including secret army tests, unidentified animals, or underground anomalies. What are your thoughts on this? What could the camera have captured on this ordinary road? Maybe an accident, a falling tree, or an unexplained phenomenon? We saw the cars passing by and nothing unusual happened, but suddenly a black car nearly collided with a man who had crossed the road just half a second earlier. This kind of thing happens sometimes, but where did he come from? He wasn't on the road, nor was he in the middle or on the side. It looks like he's a time traveler, or there's something there that we don't know. I wanted to ask, do you know anything about Manchester? You may initially think of Manchester United and Manchester City when you hear about the city in England, but it's interesting for more than just that. Strange events have been reported there. One office in particular had some peculiar occurrences. It looked like an ordinary office with corridors, cabinets, desks, and computers. But at night, things took a bizarre turn. At around 3 in the morning, chairs started rolling around the office, followed by the screens flashing and invisible forces tugging at door handles. Drawers began to open and close on their own, doors started slamming, and papers flew out of the drawers and onto the ceiling. It was almost as if the office was hosting a ghostly party. It's hard to believe it was just a prank, especially considering that it's a serious company. It's not something a responsible adult would do for fun. This office experienced something truly out of the ordinary. I can't even imagine what it must have been like for the security guard on duty at that time. The events in Manchester remain a mystery. However, even more mysterious and strange events are presented here. In 2013, a mysterious event involving a girl named Alyssa occurred in a hotel elevator in Manchester. Alyssa entered the elevator and pressed the buttons, but the elevator did not work. Instead of leaving and trying another elevator, Alyssa appeared afraid and hesitant to exit. She was seen looking out into the hallway, hiding, and finally deciding to leave. After some time, she returned to the broken elevator and unexpectedly began talking to someone. Her gestures and the way she looked around clearly showed she was hesitant. The elevator had finally started working, but Alyssa chose not to ride it. The elevator opened and closed, but the girl did not return. This incident would have gone unnoticed if it weren't for what happened next. Alyssa was last seen a few days later. Her body was found on the roof of the hotel in a water tank. Investigators concluded that she was not murdered, but died accidentally. However, this was the extent of their findings. It is still unknown why she was behaving strangely inside the elevator. Perhaps she was trying to evade a pursuer and pleading for mercy, or something unnatural caused her to panic. It is unknown whether the elevator accident was related to her death. Some believe that she was not threatened at the time, but rather was under the influence of a narcotic substance or mentally ill, which may have led to her behavior. Others believe that the elevator video was edited before publication to conceal something. In both cases, the video is disturbing and frightening, and it relates to Alyssa's situation. All of these aspects are more peculiar and terrifying than the stories. We will now turn our attention back to supernatural occurrences and take a look at footage of an alleged alien sighting in Texas. In the middle of the night, residents of East Texas spotted a strange spherical object in the sky that glowed and hovered. Then, it appeared as though a cloud of some kind emerged from it and quickly vanished into the sky. The object continued to move, and at one point, it seemed to alter the color of the sky, causing it to darken and the glowing sphere to dissolve. This behavior was entirely unusual for a drone or plane and did not resemble a typical space probe. Could this be another visit from extraterrestrial beings? Many people believe that aliens may be trying to communicate with us, but not with friendly intentions. Instead, they may seek to harm and terrify us. For example, there are reports of a man walking in a hallway at night and encountering a mysterious black figure. The figure attacks him, drags him to the ground, and then leaves him alone, causing the terrified person to run away. Some believe that this entity is not a ghost, but an alien, which may not necessarily resemble the stereotypical green men with huge eyes and giant heads. Many people believe that although the act is good, it may still be an act. In response, theorists have pointed out other similar cases, indicating that this attack was not an isolated incident. In the footage, we see a woman washing her hands, washing her face, and getting ready to walk. Suddenly, she appears to stumble, but upon closer inspection, it's clear that something is amiss with her feet. We see that her walk was steady. She did not stumble as if someone had pushed her. In slow motion, you will see that shadow. Many believe that he was the one who pushed her and was attacking her. Is it an alien, an evil spirit, or a ghost? This is unknown, but it is clear that there is something strange in these scenes. A recent incident involved a car overturning on a road in central Spain, resulting in the death of one person and injuries to two others. While workers were loading the car onto a tow truck, something passed by, potentially a malfunction. Some observers believe that the silhouette captured on camera could be the ghost of the man who died in the car. If true, this would support the idea that souls leave the body after death. Some people believe that after death, souls may go to heaven, be reincarnated, or continue to wander. There are reports of ghost sightings in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a place where a major battle of the American Civil War took place over a century ago. It's said that the ghosts seen in the area could be those of soldiers who lost their lives during the battle and have not found peace. There have been videos and photographs capturing what appears to be ghostly figures moving in the area, leading some to believe that the spirits of the soldiers still linger in this place for over 160 years. Now we will explore the mysterious places where voices are heard and people disappear without a trace. Unknown objects fly, and no one can give a reasonable explanation. Haizu, the name of one of the most abnormal areas on the entire planet, encompasses the Chinese Black Bamboo Valley. For over 70 years, people have vanished without a trace in this area, and various accidents and malfunctions have occurred. The view is astonishing to non-Asians, with a dense stock of plants having bare stems and a brown color that makes it impossible to see. The bamboo grows so densely that there is simply no horizon, making it impossible to look into the distance in such a frightening environment. In the first 12 years since its discovery, more than 200 tourists and several groups of cartographers were lost. Additionally, there was a plane crash that did not have any technical problems, and the crew did not report the disaster. Some attribute it all to highly magnetized basalt rocks, while others talk about giant pandas that eat humans and the vapor of some psychoactive substances emitted from black bamboo. Some scientists claim that the only explanation for the disappearance of people is the machinations of alien races that can generate fog for camouflage, which is a bit scary. Kizilkum is the name of a mysterious desert located in Central Asia. The vast desert lands have not been well studied, and people have reported sightings of strange objects flying over them. The largest of these objects was seen in 1990 and measured about 40 meters in length. It hovered over the desert's surface and emitted a very bright light, similar to a giant searchlight, before vanishing a few minutes later. Interestingly, geologists found a strange rock in the area shortly before the appearance of this object. After examination, they concluded that the rock likely had an unusual origin not found on Earth. In addition to the mysterious rock, scientists discovered ancient rock drawings in local caves depicting people in spacesuits, flying objects, and other incomprehensible things. While these drawings could potentially be the first real confirmation of extraterrestrial existence, their validity has not been proven to this day. The Church of Bones in Évora, Portugal features an arch with the inscription, "We are the bones here waiting for your bones" at its entrance. The church is shrouded in mystery, with various theories about its origins. Some believe it was built in the 16th century by rulers to serve as a reminder of life's fleeting nature. Others suggest that locals constructed it due to a lack of burial space, while some attribute its creation to monks who wanted to prevent tragedy by building the church on human bones. The interior is dark and somber, with only 3 small windows. Estimates of the number of skeletons inside vary from 3,000 to 10,000, with speculation about whether they are plague victims, soldiers, or volunteers who agreed to be part of something significant. Poyang is the name of the lake I want to discuss. It's known as the Chinese Bermuda Triangle because of a mysterious event in 1985, during which about 12 ships disappeared without a trace. Over time, the strangeness of the situation grew, and rumors started circulating about thousands of victims vanishing without a trace. This suggests that something unusual, either of natural origin or possibly extraterrestrial, is happening there. Interestingly, most people lean toward the natural explanation, ruling out the involvement of aliens. Local beliefs point to a giant turtle as the culprit, claiming that it swallows anyone it encounters in the Poyang Lake area. Given that Poyang Lake is the largest freshwater lake in China, covering an area of over 162,000 square kilometers, discovering and capturing the alleged turtle seems impossible. It has been suggested that the catastrophic events earlier this year may have been linked to an extremely rare comet that passed by the Earth. This comet falls into the category of long-period comets and last passed about 55,000 years ago during the Stone Age. There may never be another passage of this comet. While it seems that the comet will pass close to the Earth and nothing terrible will happen, some people believe it to be a reset button for the Earth. Many individuals worldwide have begun to claim that this comet could have caused global changes in the past and may explain the recent disasters.